Hi Taurus, welcome to your April 2019 reading. So I'm back more regularly with my readings. I was in the process of moving to Peru. I had no internet, then I had crummy internet, so I'm back. I'll be here more regularly, so again, if you guys feel the urge to subscribe, definitely subscribe. I'll be back with more love readings. I feel, gosh, for Taurus, I feel like there is so much going on. I could probably go on for an hour with this reading. Just talking about the messages that have come through for me, the changes that are pushing us forward, specifically in this month. I feel like this month, a lot of things open up. There's this forward pushing energy, which is actually really positive, and it might feel really uncomfortable. It's okay. I feel this energy of just surrender. Allow it to kind of, it's like a changing of the guards. I feel like we're kind of in this in-between energy still a little bit. After Mercury retrograde, we're a little bit in the shadow phase still. But I feel like once we actually get into your season, you know, towards the end of this month, Aries is doing this energy of like push behind you. So there's a lot of release. I'm getting the message too of a lot of clearing. So a lot of sage, cedar, Palo Santo, essential oils, whatever for you is clearing or helpful, whatever you kind of subscribe to in your life, or adopt it, bring it in. As I'm looking at it, I have a friend that came to visit me in Peru. She brought me tons of essential oils, and I've never really been interested in them. And now they're amazing. So I see everything for you guys shifting this month in a really, really positive way. And I'm sorry I wasn't here last month with a ton of readings. You guys went through last month. You know, it was kind of, I don't want to say a wash. It feels very purposeful, but it was heavier. So clear out your house. Ooh, I feel like a lot of energy has been released in a good way, but also, you know, let it go. Like, push it out the window. Let it get out of your space too. I feel like spring cleaning, clean your house, dust everything off, purge your house, get rid of things you don't need. This energy of becoming lighter, making space for movement, because I do feel a lot of you are either in the transition phase of moving, like actual home moving or traveling, or getting ready to get into this phase of this energy. Again, I do feel like there's possibly been a lot of you that have released significant loved ones. I don't feel like it's negative. I actually feel like whatever was meant to leave, you know, there's this interesting energy about soulmates. And my understanding of the tarot is I cannot influence destiny or free will. So if you're meant to be with somebody, the cards will show this. The cards will lead you to this person to learn these lessons. It's about you learning to take your power back and decide what's right for you, especially if you're dealing with issues within a relationship or letting go. It's like, again, the last month I had this message for you guys about detachment, and I had that message come through for so many Taurus personal readings that I had. And it's about having this end goal. You guys have done so much releasing. It's about what is the purpose of it all, and allowing the people that are able to step up, that have done the amount of work that you have done to meet you in this place. So if Mercury retrograde, or even before Mercury retrograde, there were things taken out of your life, it was meant to be. And even if it's as heavy as like actual people leaving this earth, it was just time. I do feel that with some of you. Lots of shakeups, lots of rearrangement. Everything's divinely perfect, so see it that way. Even if it's, these momentous kind of crashes. Okay. So getting into this month, I don't really want to linger too much on the past few months. You guys all know what it's been like. Interesting, the bottom of your deck of your tarot, your angel cards that I always pull, you guys have clarity. So you have some gifts coming in for you this month. I feel like it's direction. I feel like it's related to love also. I feel like it's related to work though. Your place in the world, more importantly though. All these other things just kind of fall into place. So where you're supposed to be in the world, you have a lot of cards about positive thinking, expecting things to go your way. So expect them. This is a new astrological year. And with that said, I feel like a lot more things happen in May, but I do feel like the door opens this month. But with that door opening, it's also like, I see that, again, that smudging energy of clearing and like opening the door to like let things go that are still lingering. Like that energy that you've released, but it comes back in weird ways to test you. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to go back to that person that didn't treat you that wonderfully? Are you sure they've changed? So it's about, again, that detachment, making sure what you're just, I feel like this energy of trust, of faith, as hard as that is to kind of really truly embody. Show me you're meant to be in my life, or show me that this energy is meant for me. Show me with money if this is the proper work scenario for me, right? Show me the location. Does this feel right in my heart? A lot of transitions for you guys. I also feel, I will get into tarot. Some of you guys don't enjoy the channeled messages and you're like, where's the tarot reading lady? Somebody can timestamp this, please. But I also feel like energy of the throat, a lot of releasing here. I feel a lot of people stepping into their power, and it's about speaking. I don't know if this is about speaking about your dreams, helping people realize their dreams just by being you. Because you've done this purge, you're opening up this space where you get to take advantage of new energy, bringing it in. It's like there's this space now, and it's like you get to decide this new cycle. What are you going to fill this with? Love, joy, happiness, or more of the old stuff? You definitely have the choice here. So fill it with the good stuff, please. Talk to your friends about your dreams. Talk to somebody. Write them down. Speak them out loud. I keep getting, and this happened to me last night, I was told to light some candles. And I was, I cut some ties, every tie actually. I always do lots of clearing energies and exercises for myself. And I really talked about to myself what I wanted in this new phase. I moved to Peru. I'm working with shamans, which I've been asked to talk about. So maybe I will. I'm sure some of you will be like, what the F? But I'll share a bit more. But I feel like the cycle that's coming in for us is bigger than just moving or just getting a new job or just attracting a new partner or something like this. These feel like small pieces to the bigger picture of your life puzzle that's actually really coming together this year. It's the building phase still this year, but I still feel like this month in particular, it's like we're paving the way. We have the map out and we're choosing the destination. Okay. What's the central energy for Taurus for this month? What's the central energy for Taurus? What's essential energy for Taurus? The Emperor. Taking control of your life. You know, I had this message. I actually did your reading a few days ago, and for some reason, I just didn't publish it. I didn't feel like it was fully developed. I think it was still in Mercury retrograde when I recorded it. Now it was a big no for me, so I didn't put it out. But I had the same message, and the image I see is holding time in your hand, and the message was, it's not about not being satisfied with where you are, because I feel like there has been a lot of work done to be satisfied with the person you are embodying, the soul you are that's encapsulated in this. You know, I feel like you are deeply satisfied with who you are. Like, you know, with Taurus, I always get standing in your truth, your ethics, like just being this sturdy, good person. So there's this solid energy about who you are at a soul level. So when change comes in, it's not about being dissatisfied with where you are and constantly seeking. It's about living life. Is your life lived? So it's about listening to your heart when opportunities come in. Does it feel right? Immediately, does it make you feel excited? Does it make you feel like your heart jumps? Or does it feel heavy? This is the choice here. So if you're like having a job offer somewhere where maybe you never would have gone, or you're thinking about moving somewhere you never would have gone, but it makes you excited, it's like stop listening to this this over-analyzation, this strongly grounded aspect that there is to Taurus. It's more listening to this space in the heart and just going and living life. I always get this analogy, and I always think about it myself. You know, does it make sense? Sort of. You know, moved to Peru, sort of makes sense. You know, it's what I want to do. There's lots of opportunities for me there. But more importantly, I think, you know, actually not more importantly, sometimes I think, like, would this be a good story one day to tell to my grandchildren? Or would this be like a beautiful chapter of my life? You know, I can always go back and recreate what I have done before. If I want to move back to New York City and live that corporate life I used to live with a fancy apartment down in the financial district, I can do that. Sure. Will I do that again? Probably not. But it's, again, with this Emperor card, it's like you have this power. There's no lack for you. You've done all of the work. This can be an actual Aries sign in your life. I have been getting this for Tauruses a lot. Aries has been showing up. But we're in Aries season now. This is, you know, the Aries energy. They're the boss. They're the CEO of their life. They take charge. They, you know, they don't even have this time to, like, consider, you know, is this the wrong decision? The Aries energy takes charge and they just go. It's like next task, next task, next task. They're very forward thinking. Again, as I'm saying this, the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. This new opportunity that comes in that has growth potential. It's about kind of grabbing this gift from the hand of God and saying, you know, sure, let's try this. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it doesn't work. Either way, I know I will fall on my feet because I am this grounded person. I don't have any lack. I can recreate anything I want in new ways. It's about, like, new challenges. What's helping or hindering this Emperor? What's helping or hindering this Emperor? Too many. Helping or hindering this Emperor? Again, this internal conflict. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Lots of change has been going on for you guys. when opportunity comes towards you, don't expect it to be similar to the past. Expect this new paradigm to be here available for you. I also see, and this feels like it starts now, but going into the future, setting boundaries for yourself energetically. I feel like a lot of Tauruses are stepping into this leadership position, and a lot of people might want a piece of your time or a piece of your energy or just to be around you. Make sure, again, this clearing energy, protecting your space, not necessarily protecting it from people, but just protecting it from learning to, how do I say this? You guys know what I mean. Protecting your energy, because you guys are notorious givers. It's not about being defensive, it's just about having safe, healthy boundaries as you come into this Emperor, Empress energy. Gosh, it's drawing me back to this throat issue. Some of you guys could be, I feel ear, not to project, but ear and throat issues. This is just part of the release. I feel like once it's released, I don't think you'll have to do it again. It's a strange message. Okay. What's in Taurus's subconscious? So far it's saying there's a little bit of resistance as new things come in. Trust it though. I feel trust it. Listen to yourself, trust yourself. Don't give your power away to any reader, any YouTube. Like, really feel what's right for you. There's no right and wrong if you're listening to your heart. There's a reason to celebrate. This came up in your last reading that I did for you and didn't publish. It's saying that there's an opening. It feels like a contract, signing some papers, something coming in that opens up a space to celebrate, but it feels like it opens up a doorway for you to move on into something else. I don't know if this is a job offer or selling a car or selling a home or selling something where there's celebration. This is also about being around people. Again, interesting, stepping into this position of the Emperor, having a lot of people wanting a piece of your time, but being around a lot of people. I feel like you guys have this energy of being seen more, having more to talk about, stepping out of kind of your shell a little bit. Aries season is going to push you into something. If you allow it, I would suggest allow it. In the past for Taurus, yeah, there's been this holding pattern. Haven't seen the way out. Kind of having an idea of what you'd like to what you would like to attract into your life, but not seeing how to get there. That's being released. This is nice. This is Mercury retrograde energy to me. Just this pause, painful sometimes pause to reflect. It's okay, it's necessary. I feel like you guys did a lot of work. Page of Swords. Communication coming in. What's this Page of Swords about? Something coming in quickly. This was in your last reading. Wow, so interesting. It's like that energy of, you know, I feel like we want control because we have had like this energy of lack of control, you know, things just happening and I had no control over this, or it's like, you know, people exiting and I can't control that, and jobs, like my soul wants to leave and I can't change that feeling, you know. So this is the energy to me. It's like, expect a miracle. You could wake up any morning and have something bad happen and it's out of your control. You can't control it. You have no say in it. It's part of the universal flow. But you can also expect to wake up and have wonderful things happen to you the next day. It's this thoughts become things energy for me. Expect something to come in out of nowhere. Expect some good news. Expect a job. Expect an opening for you. But do the work to get there. If something has been delayed, it's because you've put in energy. Like if you've already put out energy for a new job. You could have so many offers you don't know which way to go. That's a good problem. What's this fast-moving energy that's coming in? This fast-moving news. I feel like this is the door opening here. It's the beginning, though. It's the beginning. What's the future energy for Taurus? The Knight of Cups with the Ace of Wands again on the bottom. If some of you are single, I feel like a lot of suitors around you with this energy here in the center, helping or hindering you. It's not a bad problem. It's not, optimal. You would like the way for you paved clear. Knight of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. We also have Aries energy. This could be a love offer that has been coming in slowly. Perhaps in the past they didn't know how to enter your life, and this would be cause for celebration. This could be the news that's coming in. It doesn't have to be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or Aries, though. This is a general reading. This is the energy of love coming in. But love to me, this cup of abundance, it's also in the form of abundance to me is love and money. An offer that speaks to your heart, more importantly, because this is a general reading. Oh, because the bottom is the Ace of Wands, though. A lot of you, expect an opening for love here for some of you. Passionate love. I've been getting a lot of messages about intimacy for Tauruses, really wanting to draw in this energy of true, deep intimacy. Whether it's with your existing partner, developing this, or with a new partner, loving in a way you've never experienced before and not, it's like filtering out who truly is able to love you in the way you need to be loved. So knowing this, setting that intention. What's in Taurus's power this month? I feel like if people have exited in your past, it's because they haven't been able to meet you on that intimacy level. Not in the true sense of the word. See, like even my throat in this reading. I'm stuttering, I'm stammering. The Empress, the Emperor and the Empress now. You're meeting somebody that is at your level, or this is just you, male and female energies in balance. Divine masculine, divine feminine within you. You've done the work. I feel like we're releasing all of this, this feminine hurt, because I feel like an imbalance, like the masculine has been ruling for a while, being in charge, taking control, overcompensating for things, trying to make things work, and it's more about this is in your power, just allowing things to come to you. Allowing who's meant to step up and be the energy in your life, whether it's a job, allowing or love, allowing it to come to you. This person's very fertile, very abundant. I also have been feeling this for a while, the energy, and I don't feel like it's necessarily this month, although if you have a partner, there's the energy of celebration and the pregnant woman here. That's grounding this reading and like this new energy of love coming into your life, which is wonderful. But I feel like this is on a larger scale. If you've been wanting a family, there's somebody stepping up to the plate and bringing something in. This is a true offer. And I feel like, I don't want to give bad news, but I don't feel like for the majority it's this month for you. if you're single. I don't feel like the offer comes in this month. The pregnancy. Does that make sense? It feels like it's within this growing period. It's more broad. It feels like it's going forward into like summer, fall, but 2020. I don't know. I'm not saying that all Tauruses are going to get pregnant in 2020, but I feel like there's a certain group of people watching this channel that have been wanting this energy, that are actually single, but I feel like there's a building phase this year with somebody into next year. So that will mean something for some people. So what is in the environment for Taurus? What is the influence in Taurus's environment in April? Five of Swords, walking away from anything, and this is mental too, anything that's no longer serving you. The past, there's nothing winning here. Everything that you've had to release, I feel like it's because there was a disconnection between you and whatever you believe in. The perfect timing, the perfect lessons that we all have to learn. If you've had to learn really heavy lessons, let this be known that, thank you. You signed up to, transmute this heavier energy into something beautiful. And it's for you. Bottom of the deck is the Magician. We're letting some things go, but we're also we're bringing new things in. You have the sign of Infinity. Dream a really good dream. Dream really big. Dream so big when you talk to some people, you're almost embarrassed because they don't know how to dream this big. And no, it's because I'm not saying you have to, do work to be able to achieve things, but I do feel like you guys had to clear some space energetically. What's in Taurus's position of what they need to know? What does Taurus need to know? Interesting, you have Knight and King of Cups flipping over. I feel like this phase of being taken from is ended. But you have to make sure it has ended. I feel like there will be some tests. I had one myself. I was in Cusco, Peru, which is a heavily touristic area, and I would walk my dog in the Plaza de Armas every morning. And I would be accosted by, everybody trying to sell me their tours, ask me for money, just because, I look like a tourist. I am a tourist. And, there was one morning where I think I brought 2 or 3 souls with me every morning to buy a croissant or something. And, so I didn't have my purse on me, and there was this old man that came up to me looking very, very poor, and he asked me for some money, and I just automatically said, I don't have anything, sorry, pardon, and I realized after he left that I did have some on me, and I felt really bad, but it was just so automatic, because, I lived in New York City for a long time. I'm used to this energy of just being like, I don't have anything, I'm sorry, it just becomes automatic. And I was in ceremony the other night with some shamans, and that message came up to me. And it was, we test you all the time, these little tiny tests of, are you living in lack still? Are you living in you don't have enough? Are you looking, is it about just you? Or are you seeing yourself in everybody that comes into your life as an extension of your state of being. So again, if there are people that you don't want in your life that are reflecting something to you that you don't want to experience, you have this choice. There's no lack for you, but also, help everybody. So it's like this double-edged sword. I feel like you're coming into this space where we're releasing a lot of things, ideologies, thoughts about who we are and what we have, if this makes sense. I feel like I'm just rambling and repeating the same messages. But again, it feels like Aries season is this nice transition and release period where some really wonderful things can come in, though. You guys keep getting this Ace of Wands. I feel like this is the overarching theme. There's an offer coming in that brings growth for you guys, that brings passion, that feels like a leap in your heart space when you think about it. I would love to do that. I hope that happens. Make it happen. You have the Empress and the Emperor in your disposal, that energy, this pinnacle, the King and Queen of Queens. This is the energy you're embodying. And it's saying you're still healing, the Temperance card, but what you're bringing in is your wish come true. So if you're hoping for something, they're saying there's celebration here. I feel like there's transitionary energy. I feel like there's taking control of your life. I feel like some of you could be becoming your own boss or bosses. Yeah, there's this energy also of not living in lack. And I know that's hard to say to Taurus because we like to have all of our ducks in a row. Everything will be comfortable when we get to this next phase. But I do feel like there's this energy of a leap of faith. There's definitely movement here. Interesting reading. Lots of rambling on my part. Let's get one more message for Taurus. I remember the last card I pulled in the other reading for you guys, and it was, in this deck, it was out of the darkness, the light is born. And it was really beautiful. Definitely lots of like metamorphosis energy, transformation. Okay, it says turquoise changing woman. Beautiful. Let me read it. I've never pulled this one. This is still a new deck to me. I am the turquoise moon mother, and I come to you now with a message of change. This may be change that you want or change that you fear, but either way, I will show you how to use this change to become stronger, wiser, and more empowered to fulfill your divine destiny. Do not fear the changes around you and within you. Trust in the timing of what is happening in your world. Change is upon you. It's essential for your continued growth, and you do not need to fear it. As you allow for this change, remain steadfast in your inner spiritual connection. This gives you courage, trust, peace, and reassurance that you will find ways to navigate this shift so that your life improves through the process. If you're thinking of making a change, you are encouraged to do so without trying to force it. Yeah, that Empress. Be open and do your part to the best of your ability, but also tune into your sense of divine timing, asking the universe for help and allowing life to unfold according to its own rhythm of creative, loving intelligence. Oof, there's that faith. So, the turquoise moon goddess of the Navajo, known as the changing woman, she is always changing and yet never dies. As she begins to age, she simply turns to walk to the east, the direction of the rising sun and beginnings, where she is renewed. Her blessings for nourishment, renewal of energy, and new beginnings. She brings hope and reminds us that life is constantly renewing itself around us and within us. We can always begin again in that spirit of renewal. In the face of loss or destruction, her presence brings comfort, hope, and peace. So that rather than losing faith and giving up because we feel defeated, we have the courage to continue to fight for what matters with refreshed reserves of energy and enthusiasm. Yeah, I feel like that's what Aries season brings us. If we're struggling with change, either too much of it or perhaps too little of it, she comes to remind us with reassuring guidance. When something is in need of repair, Great Spirit knows how to restore it. When something needs to end, Great Spirit will show the way to empty ourselves of the past and prepare for a new beginning. When there is lack or deprivation, the abundance and generosity of the universe shall bring fullness. We do not need to feed fear, whether wanted or unwanted. We just need to trust in the good and loving workings of the universe. She reminds us of the divine feminine power and wisdom, which expresses itself as life, always flowing, always changing, always evolving. We belong to life and can trust in it. Evolution is not always easy. Often it requires tremendous courage of heart and inner strength. Yet the turquoise moon mother will help us respond to any change in a way that increases love, light, and wisdom within us and the world. Turquoise changing woman is also known as the conqueror of monsters and the bringer of blessings, especially when we feel that we are under attack or lacking something that we need. She teaches us that it's safe to rest our unconditional faith in divine grace. We make our effort as wholeheartedly as we can, but in the gap between what we can do and what needs to be accomplished for beauty, peace, and healing to happen on this planet, divine grace is there as the bridge, the catalyst, the miracle worker. Grace does not do the work for us, but it does empower our efforts and assist us in fulfilling our purpose in ways the mind can rarely anticipate. Grace is the invisible, empowering hand of Great Spirit reaching for us daily. Turquoise Moon Mother watches over us with a reminder that we are not in this alone, that the divine is our creative partner in all pursuits. We only need to ask for help to be given, to realize that it's already there, waiting for us to receive it. It says, find a comfortable place and sit quietly. Say aloud, through unconditional love, I am blessed and empowered to grow through change. All that I need to evolve into the next expression of my divine destiny is generously provided for me. I surrender into divine blessings for renewal now, open to receive my highest good, so be it. It says, take a moment to center yourself in your heart. Are you open and willing to receive a divine blessing? Can you allow yourself to become clear and receptive, trusting in what will be granted? When you are ready, you may wish to mirror the pose depicted in the card image by placing your own left thumb on your forehead for a few minutes as you extend your right arm out, palm facing upwards. You don't have to think, all you have to do is breathe and be, as though divine blessing is flowing through you from the Divine Mother into the world. Okay, sorry, that was a long message, but I just felt drawn to read the entire thing. How beautiful. There's this nice hummingbird on it as well, which for me in Peru, I have this garden and they just fly around me all the time, and their wings are so loud. And they have such a swift beauty. And again, this woman's, her entire dress is covered with feathers. And when I think of this feathers are very clearing too. We use feathers to sage, we use feathers to, in shamanic rituals, to, clean the mind. Many things. So, not to get too weird here, but I feel like, you're at this point of pivot from the old life into the new. And I feel like it's been this long journey. It's been happening, but truly there's this pivot here. And expect, again, I'm being pointed to May. I don't like to look forward to something. I like to be in the present, but it now feels very important. So whatever comes now feels like a blessing. So if it's a person and you're feeling defensive, embrace them. See what this is about. Could be even somebody from your past. It doesn't have to be a past lover. It can be a past friend. It's telling me that you're actually in a really good place to receive. So however that makes sense to you. Again, you have this card of clarity here. I feel like April is bringing you some sort of clarity. So trust what's coming in for you. Trust your heart. Trust yourself. Don't give your power away to any reader. So I hope this reading helped, Taurus. And yeah, if you liked my reading, definitely subscribe. I'll be back with more readings. And I feel like this month is going to be the last month with like super affordable readings. In the future, I'd like to do only 1 or 2 readings a day. It's just, it's been like a test of my ability to clear my energy and to read and to channel. It's actually quite hard. If you'd like to book now, there might be quite a bit of wait. I actually feel like not as much as most readers because I do this quite a few hours a day. But yeah, if you have patience, feel free to book a reading. Otherwise, next month I feel like it's just going to be 1 a day, and it's going to be a little bit more expensive because it will be my full energy, my full attention. Not that they're not now, but yeah, I just want to experiment with that. So, and get more readings out because I do feel like this is a year for Tauruses in particular, but other signs as well. We're kind of in this new Earth energy where there's a lot going on. There's a lot of shifts and changes going on in the Earth. People on the Earth. We're really in this this fluctuation energy together, I feel. So I'd like to kind of help with that with messages. Anyways, I'm rambling. So it's a pleasure, Taurus. I'll be back more with the readings. So take care.